Hi, this is Ellen from Venerable Voyages Travel. We're going to talk today about the Pink Agave and Gunbae restaurants aboard Valiant Lady of Virgin Voyages. When you approach Pink Agave, you will enter through this Instagrammable, lovely little infinity light hallway. Once you get there, you'll make sure you have your reservation, give your name, and they will welcome you. Pink Agave is a Mexican restaurant. It is very contemporary, but it's very cozy and very well done. And as you will be able to see here, this is the bar. And they do have a wide variety of drinks and specialty drinks too. I think Rich had one of their classic margaritas when we were there. So there's lots of room to sit before your reservation or to get a nice cocktail. And as you can see, the seating is really varied. You are welcome, and it's very easy to get a table for two. But you can also get table for multiple people. As you can see, they're set up for 4, 6, whatever. They throw the tables together. It was very uncomfortable. Now, for Pink Agave, as I said before, it's a Mexican restaurant, and you get to do your appetizers, your starters, and then we started off, of course, with cocktails. Rich had the classic margarita, and I had the amaretto sour. This was my appetizer, a chicken enchilada. It was really well seasoned. It had verde sauce over it, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it. Rich's appetizer was fresh guacamole, and they came with homemade chips. The chips were really thick. They were very hard to chew. But Rich really enjoyed the pomegranates on the fresh guacamole. This was a hit. Rich had a second appetizer. This was a seared shrimp with potatoes and a mole amarillo sauce. He absolutely loved this and wanted more. Okay, it's entree time, and it is all about choices. I had the ribeye steak with Oaxaca cheese and chili ancho sauce. Actually delightful, but big. Rich selected a marinated smoked pork with a sour orange habanero pico de gallo. It was very small, would have been more appropriate for an appetizer, and he really wasn't a fan of the sauce. It came with a side of flour tortilla, so he could have made like a little taco. And finally, the grand finale, desserts. And this one, Richard won. I selected the chocolate taco. It had a mousse on the bottom. It was surrounded by a chocolate cookie and an almond paste fan. Wasn't a fan of the fans at all, but I was so full, and I think that had a lot to do with it. Richard selected this tamal de chocolat, which is chocolate masa, Mexican chocolate and fruit salsa. He adored this, and it was very refreshing, he said, and he just loves chocolate, and it was really very good and a great way to end his meal. Final thoughts on Pink Agave. It was a wonderful evening. Mexican with a twist, and as we learned, everything was with a twist on Virgin. Now on to what is really uniquely Virgin, and it is Gunbae. It is the Korean barbecue, and it was so much fun, so high energy. Let's dig in. Gunbae is located at the back end of the galley. It is a social dining experience. You don't sit by yourself, you sit with other guests from the cruise. It is very vibrant, it is interactive. There's cheering going on, there's a lot going on during this. And the Korean barbecue is cooked in front of you by your server. This is a banchan platter. On the upper right is a bean sprout. The green is a seaweed salad. Just below that is a potato salad. And then upper right of that is kimchi. And in the yellow bowl was an eggplant. This is puffed rice, seaweed. This is a seafood hot dog, corn dog. This is a kimchi and mung bean pancake. You had an option of a seafood one, but due to my allergy, they gave us this kimchi one, which was delicious, and I couldn't get enough of it, nor could Rich, and he doesn't like things like this very much. And this is japchae. This is a really bad picture because we ate half of it. This is a potato rice noodle with vegetables, stir-fried vegetables, and egg. It was phenomenal. I make this at home, and it was better because I didn't have to make it. This is double crispy chicken with pickled radish. This was delicious. Please note, if you have a seafood allergy, you really cannot consume this because it is fried in the same batter as shrimp. So, but Rich really enjoyed this and went back for seconds and thirds, and they do refill at your request. It's barbecue time. Here, the pork belly is down on the barbecue and being cooked by our server. As he's serving, they delivered some kimchi stew with pork belly and some kimchi rice. Let's take you inside the experience. As an upcharge, you can order Wagyu beef, as one of our table mates did here. We got to enjoy watching how quickly it was cooked and how expertly it was. He seemed to really thoroughly enjoy it. We enjoyed watching the cooking. In the next clip, you're going to see that there was shrimp being made. And it was done a little out of order because of my shellfish allergy. Our original server was going to prepare the shrimp last. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. But that's okay, because they just replaced the entire grill and then did the short ribs. I'm telling you, everything was so delicious.
We're all gonna waddle out of here.
As you heard in the background, there's this Gunbae thing going on. It's a game that you play, and it's a numbers game, and you go around the table, and when you lose, you have to take a shot, and the one who's last to survive gets the whole bottle. And of course, Richard was the victor, and the spoils did he enjoy. To say we enjoyed ourselves is an understatement. This was a fantastic idea. Virgin executed it perfectly. What made it even better was the sailors that we were with, that our table mates. They were fun. Everybody wanted to enjoy the evening. Everyone got to know one another. And it was just one of those things that made the night even more special. So hats off to you, Virgin. This was by far one of the best experiences I've had at sea yet. And one that we both believe this is probably one of our top 5 experiences. So if you're on a Virgin voyage, don't hesitate to book that Gunbae experience. Because one thing we've learned, eating on Virgin is an experience to savor. Thank you for joining us today, and really thank you for supporting this channel. We'll see you next time on the high seas.